Hi, this is Brian from Provision Studios, and today I want to talk about whether you should use a Windows-based computer or a Macintosh in your studio for recording. For me, I have a distinct, I guess you could say, honor of working multiple years in my studio under both platforms. I started out in 2010 on a Windows system that I ran Pro Tools, Studio One, and Cakewalk were the three basic DAWs I used. I started out on Cakewalk. I went to Studio One, and then right before I started going to a Full Sail University in 2011, I started using Pro Tools as a precursor to enrolling at Full Sail. Through all of that period, from 2010, 2011, 2012, and 2013, for about 4 years, good 4 years, I was Windows only. And then right around the end of 2014, 2015, I switched over to a Macintosh computer. And I have been on Mac ever since. So on the Macintosh, I use Pro Tools. I use Logic, obviously, as being a part of the Apple architecture that you get when you buy the computer. Not Logic, but you get GarageBand. But Logic is a Apple-based DAW. So I used Persona Studio One, which carried over from Windows. Cakewalk was not available on Mac, and their Mac prototype was not good at all. So I've completely removed that from my computer altogether. And I recently started using Harrison Mixbus. So those are basically the four DAWs that I jump around on. I use them for different reasons. I have videos where I explain why I use what DAW for. Overall, the pros and cons of each, you can go on to any website and you can look at what Windows does, what Mac does. Basically, neither computer is going to affect how you record, how you run your studio, how much you're able to mix. So let's get that out there right there. Whether you choose Windows or whether you choose a Macintosh computer, I just mentioned the software that I've used on both, and 3 of the 4 are available on both platforms. So you can't sit there and say, oh, well, Windows is better than Apple because of this, or oh, you got to have a Macintosh, so that you can do this. They're both operating systems are both fully capable of you running your recording studio with. So what would be some of the differences that would cause you to want to choose one over the other? With a Windows computer, for the most part, you can get more bang for your buck. You can get a more robust, a more powerful, a more highly functioning computer for the same amount of money you would spend on a Mac. So let's say we've got $1,200. You're going to get a more powerful Macintosh or a more powerful Windows computer than you would a $1,200 Macintosh. I'm just putting that out there. If you're smart and you are able to build a computer from the ground up for $1,200, you're going to get more computer power, processing power with RAM and storage on a Windows computer than you are on a Macintosh. So why would you spend more money on a Macintosh? Well, in my experience, again, basically 4.5 to 5 years on a Windows computer, 5 years running a studio with a Macintosh computer, making money with both. The Macintosh computers that I have used have been more stable. They have been able to handle more processing in regards to hooking peripherals and stuff up to them. I have been able to handle larger sessions without the computer just quitting on me. And for the most part, I've had less fear about doing updates. There's driver concerns on Windows computers, whereas with on Macintosh computers, you're basically using their built-in audio setup. So you're not, you don't have to go out and find a bunch of Macintosh drivers for your dolls or for your interfaces and stuff. You basically plug them in. They're going to use the audio the Macintosh audio engine, and you'll be good to, you'll be set with that right from there. Whereas opposed on a Windows computer, you have to worry about getting the driver. You have to worry about, is it compatible with your audio card? Is it compatible with your interface? There's a lot of things that go along there with Windows that in the Apple realm you don't deal with. Does that mean that Apple's better than Windows? No, it does not. What it does mean is that if you are making money in a studio and you have clients that are coming in your door, you are probably going to have less problems while your client is sitting there paying you by the hour running a Macintosh than if you were running a Windows computer. That is purely based on my own experience. I'm sure there are plenty of you out there that have the exact opposite, or you can say that you've heard other stories. I can only speak about what I have experienced. And in the time that I have worked on both platforms, I have made much more money on Macintosh systems and had the capability of making more money because they're up and running more. Now, to be fair, the Macintosh system computers that I bought were after I graduated Full Sail. I just did a video a week ago talking about how much busier my studio got once I graduated from Full Sail. Now, I had a Windows-based studio for about a year after I graduated from Full Sail. So, I mean, I ran my studio for a little while under Windows system where the studio was getting a lot of customers. Shortly after I started running these larger sessions, my Windows computer started showing signs of problems, and I had a pretty robust Dell XPS Studio computer. It was a workhorse. So that being said, I'm not here to talk bad about Windows, and I'm not here to try to say to Max what you got to go with in order to make money. All I'm trying to say is, based on my experience, this is what I found. I will reiterate, you do not need to have a Macintosh computer in order to make money in a studio. I made plenty of money with a Windows computer running Persona Studio One on I wouldn't say an inferior interface, but nothing like what I have now. I made plenty of money with it. As the years progressed, I upgraded my gear to a Soundcraft console, and then now I'm using a Persona Studio Live 32 SC as a sort of a control surface interface, and I route audio back into the Soundcraft for analog stem mixing. So again, I have evolved into what I have today over the course of 10 years. So I don't want to. I'm not trying to come off sounding as if one's better than the other. All you can do is go in, start with a purchase of a small degree, and see if you like the results you're getting. For me, I love the Windows computer. I had no problems with it. You know, it wasn't until I started making money, and again, the system I had started failing me a little bit. I was like, okay, I lost a session. Okay, I lost some tracks. What happened there? And I made a switch to Macintosh just off of some research that I did. And ever since then, I don't want to say I've been running error free, but I have gone months without a single glitch on my Macintosh system. So that being said, I just want to implore everyone to do your research, gather your information, and make an informed decision based on everything that you've learned. Excuse me, everything you've learned. If you have a question about anything I've said here today, if you'd like to know some of the specs I have on my rig, or some of the specs I had on my Windows rig, so you can maybe see a comparison of the power of both systems, I'd be more than happy to provide that information to you. You can email me at bbuck822@gmail.com. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. You can go to my website, www.provisionstudios.com, and that's PROVIZION studios.com. You can check out some of the things I have on my website. You can leave me a comment or drop an email to me there. That'll get forwarded to me, and I'll be able to respond to you. You can certainly leave a comment in the section below. I'll reply as soon as I can. I want to try to get everyone having an open discussion in the comment section that is moving things forward, instead of some of the videos I've made where people are arguing about how I'm doing it. I'm trying to do these line of videos where I'm trying to create a discussion. You know, I did one where I talked about studio monitors or headphones for mixing. So again, you can try to see what I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to create a dialogue here in the comment section, or even just between me and you privately through email, about my experiences in the studio and how that might be able to help you. If there's anything you got a question about, contact me. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. I hope everyone is staying safe. I look forward to talking to you all soon. You have a great day, and happy 4th of July. Bye-bye now.